So it is Saturday, March 13th, 2021, and I'm gonna do my recap for yesterday. Didn't have time or I didn't want to because I had a bad day. Pretty bad day. I lost okay, I cannot really see it now, but I lost around like 2400 bucks basically. Yeah, I lost like 2400 bucks. It was a mess of a day. Psst, Rodolfo. Psst. So yeah, we'll just look at this. I mean, I overtraded. I traded to 2:30 p.m. I mean, it was a mess. It was a huge mess of a day, and it sucks, man. Because I started the day pretty well. I was up like 1,200 bucks, 1,300 bucks with a good trade in CIN, and yeah, I messed up, man. I messed up big time. I overtraded. I got emotional. I was trading in and out of GameStop. GameStop caught me, man. Probably GameStop has to be my worst stock right now, I guess. Probably lost so much money on fucking GameStop. Um, let's see. Okay, not yet. Okay, so DKNG is the king of my losses. But man, just keep getting in my own way, man. I mean, I was so upset yesterday, and now looking back, there are a few pretty good playbook setups that I didn't take, and the ones I was trying to take weren't good trades. So, especially in GME. In GME, I really screwed up. Yeah, I don't even know what to read. I mean, I have all the orders here, but it's even I guess too much to get into because it's like in and out, in and out, in and out. It was just a big mess. So I guess I'm gonna take the trades from TradeStation. Sorry, from Trade Ideas. But more or less, okay. Now I started the day. I traded XPV. That was my first trade. It was gapping down. It was a playbook setup from the open from L4 to L5. So I went short 1,000 shares and I'm 32.81. I put my stop really tight right above the daily open, and then I got stopped out of 33. No big deal. Playbook setup. I wasn't able to take and it was confusing a little bit because I didn't get there was basically almost no volume, and then it happens in these EV stocks where there is a pop in volume like after the first 2 3 minutes. So yeah, no harm, no foul. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I then traded Riot here, and I went short. This was a little bit of a bad loss, wasn't it? So I went short at 58.43 and got out at 58.95. So I went short at 9.32. Why did I go short? This makes no sense, honestly. I have no good answer of why I went short here. Um, yeah, there's just no good. I don't know why I went short there. It really just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because maybe it was down two, and it was also like a playbook setup. I wanted to see maybe it go to L5, but yeah, I've made this mistake a few times, honestly. So you can see here, it's right at the pre-market lows. So it found support here, and then it ripped up, it gapped up, So I don't know what I was looking for, to be honest. Obviously, I was looking for a breakdown, but there was no real consolidation here, no real, signs of it. I just jumped into it, so I got stopped out there. I was trying to force the shorts right from the get go. Then I traded CIN, and this one's for a 1 minute opening dream breakout. I wanted to see an L4 support, and that's what I saw. And also, like, these two candles, this big green engulfing candle, it really seemed like a good opportunity for a long. So I went long 1,000 shares. I should have loaded up here, man, because it was a really good setup. Went long 32.26, so right before the break of the daily open, and I partialed at 33.15, 33.50, so right into the 33.60s and so. So right above here in this move. I missed out the rest. My target should have been at least L3. That should have been the target. I for some reason just don't like holding on to. And the stock was also gapping down, so but I should have just yeah. Should have just put the target at L3. Well, at least like leave 500 shares at L3. Maybe I could have added here. Let the thing maybe go to L2. So that was my mistake, not letting it play out more. Then I went short XPV again. I went short XPV, so I went short here. I went short XPV 1100. I saw the shooting star. Some things were starting to reverse, so I went short. Yeah, 33.64. So a good price right over here. And I wanted to see it break VWAP in the 9 EMA. It held around here, so I had to get out. I wanted to get out in the 30s. I didn't have the chance to do that. I got out at the 33.54, so I only made $100 in that trade. Um, so yeah, that's what happened there. And then I started just fucking up, man. GME. Yeah, I was up at that point because I had like a $1,200 trade in CAN, and then I just started to give back my profits. So let's see what I did. So I went short GME 937. So I went short 937. So here, and this setup I have to stop doing this setup because it's not a good one. So I went short here, and I wanted to see daily open resistance. So I got stopped out later on. I got stopped out at 273.99. So right over here, I didn't even let it get up because I had a pretty bad entry. Um, yeah, then I went short again. Here, I think I did make some money, didn't I? No, I lost because then I covered a little bit later. So I went short again at 939. Rodolfo! And so I went short then. And then I was just starting to go long. I mean, I started short. I was getting stopped out constantly, and I should have just let it go. I was looking for. It was so stupid of me. It was really so stupid. 'Cause I was trying to short and find like daily open breakdowns and daily open resistance, but it was so dumb. It was just absolutely dumb. And then I went short to RY. That was a pretty decent trade. So I went short to RY. Okay, it was a good idea. It was a good idea. So I went short around here, didn't I? Yeah. I went short. I added at 26.25. I wanted to see this breakdown here. This breakdown did make more sense from the daily open because you could see it was below the daily open. You can see big elongated candles, and there was a good level two movement. So that's what I wanted to do. And I covered around here at a L4. That was my first target point. And I know this was going to be a very strong it was going to be a very strong level of support. So if it didn't break it, I wanted to be out. So at the end, I just exited the last 1100 shares at 26.25 break even. So it was a good idea. It didn't materialize 26.18. Sorry, it didn't materialize as well as I would have liked it to. And then I started just going long GME then. So I started reversing because hey, it's not going down. It has to be coming up. But I greatly mismanaged, man. I wasn't giving it enough room. It's a big moving stock. These wicks are like, dude, it's 4 point. It can be $100. One of these big candles. So I should have sized down instead of going with 200 shares, and just let the move play out. I didn't let it go past the daily open, didn't I? I mean, 10 o'clock. Yeah, I went at 10 o'clock, and I was just getting chopped out, man. I was just getting chopped out. I should have given it more room. I have to give it more room, especially when you see this choppiness and so on. And man, look how much I traded it. I mean, I just went all over, short cover. It was a mess, honestly. It was a mess, and I should have identified it better. I mean, you can see, okay, it did have a pullback from R4, pretty decent one, all the way to R2, but it's still, it still didn't get past the lows of the day. So the stock is in an uptrend, at least at this point in time. It's not coming down. It's in the R's. It didn't get even to R1. It didn't consolidate below the daily open. This is a stock that is gonna go up, and or that has a better chances of going up, especially after this consolidation here. And I could have just taken 200 shares here. It would have been a great trade all the way to R4. Just profit targeting, but I was just so in the moment, just so frustrated that I just really screwed up, man. And then I went short CAN, and I almost lost 1,700 bucks. I could have lost zero. I ended up losing 650. Just a mess, man. And then I kept trading GME. I cannot believe how much I traded GME, for Christ's sake. I mean, just traded a bunch. I mean, I did have a good trade in Riot somewhere around here. Um, yeah, I did have a good trade here at 121. Okay, so right around here for the break of the daily open. So I did cover some and had a decent trade. Probably could have, that trade would have saved my day. It only takes just one good trade, man. And this was another great trade around L4 support. That was really good too. So another support here at the daily open. So man, it sucks, man, because I've given a lot of weight, a lot of profit. This week I could be up, and I could be up like $14,000, $13,000, um, and I'm only up nine. Which is better than my average. Last month I made 9,400. This month I'm up 9,000, and it's only March 13th. But it's very frustrating, man. It is very, very frustrating how I'm just giving back away this money. It is very frustrating. So yeah, I was very mad at myself, and I still am. I mean, now looking at my trades and so on, I'm like, okay, I really got emotional, and I was just trading all over the place, short here, in an uptrend move, typical way of me to lose money. In this move, I did make some money. I don't even know how. Okay, around here, you can see. But it was just not good, man. Not good. I was down 3,000. I was able to get myself back to 2,000, and then had a couple of losing trades in GME, and then I got myself back up to 200, 2,400. Well, fito. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Um, I was saying the other day that risk management has to be my priority and still has to be. I have to get out of my way, and I have to reassess. Like, but what is it that I have to reassess? I mean, like the change is simple. I mean, I just have to. I'm just gonna put my guinea pig back. So yeah, as I was saying, the change is simple. I mean, I just have to take care of. I just get too worked up, man. I just get too worked up, and I wanna. I just hate losing, man. I just hate losing in a game where you have to learn how to lose, and I still haven't done that. I still don't know how to lose, and uh, my mindset maybe wasn't the best coming into the day, in my opinion. Yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't the best. But there's no excuses, man. There's no excuses. I should have really just stopped trading when I lost like a few $100, but I just cannot accept it. It's hard for me to accept a loss. And I have to do more visualization. I have to accept my losses, man. I really have to just sit down and accept them, and accept that I'm gonna lose. And whenever I'm comfortable with that, I'll be okay. What I'm not comfortable is was just having a huge loss like today. And even a losing day, I hate having a losing day because I like to keep my stats up. My winning. Who gives a fuck about my stats, man? It doesn't matter if I have 60% of my winning days. If in those 60% of my winning days I make a ton of money, it doesn't matter. So that's another thing I'm gonna have to switch. There's traders that make 29% of their trades, 30%, and they make a lot of money. So I have to get in the mindset that it doesn't even matter if I have a small losing day. Better have a small losing day. Better have 60% of losing days than 75% of winning days. But your losing days, you know, are $1,000, $2,000 losing day. It doesn't make any sense. I would rather have 10, not 10, but five, six small losing days than two big losing days. Because the two big ones overmatch the small ones in a great way. So yeah, I have to get in that mindset, man. So I was saying that because I was having a good time, a good streak. I was having a really good month. I mean, up 11,500 dollars. It was a really good month. And the other 2 days, I mean, not the first day, no, but the other day where I lost 1,500, I just gave it away again in GME. Like just throwing the money away, basically. No stop loss, getting emotional, not being able to take the loss, and yeah, that's a mistake, man. That's a big mistake. I have to accept the losses, man. This is part of my job. My job is to accept the losses, and if not, I'll just keep having hard times like this, and it's frustrating because it could be a very good month, man. It still can be a very good month. Okay, I'm on track to do that, but now I have to battle back from $2,400 loss. Like I hate going to I really hate it, dude. I really hate it. I hate going here, seeing my drawdown and seeing this fucking huge thing here. It sucks, man. It shouldn't be like that, man. I have to stop doing that. Seeing this big drawdown. It's what is it? One of my biggest drawdowns, man. Another like peak, another valley there. Like look how choppy it is, choppy, choppy. Choppy, choppy. Now it could be that I can have like one of these things, where it takes me a while to recover. Or here, it takes me a few days. When's the fourth, the second? So this is like the second. This is February. Yeah, that's February. This is March. So I guess here, right? Yeah. So it can take me from the third to the ninth. It can take me like 6 days, to get my money back. Because who knows if I have another losing day and then a small winning day and another losing day. I just cannot put myself in those positions. So I really have to start thinking about the consequences of my actions, man. And not thinking like holy shit, whatever. I want to get the money back. I really have to start thinking of the consequences of my actions and how they weigh on me, man. I think this is like the last drop, man. Honestly, this is the fucking last drop. I just, I just cannot let this happen anymore. So, yeah, um, I, it's another time to reassess, but I have to, in the moment, I have to step out, think about the consequences of my actions. Um, like, hey, like, what is my purpose here? What am I trying to do? I have to accept the losses. I have to, and I'm going to. I'm going to do it. It's done, man. I mean, this stupid pattern of mistakes is done. I'm coming back from it. I'm coming back stronger than ever. But yeah, I have to be careful now. Next Monday, I have to be aware of the losses. I have to trade carefully because $2,400 drawdown is not good, but it's recoverable. But then 3,000, 4,000, that could happen. Having a $4,000 drawdown, it's not good if I go and make a few mistakes on Monday. So I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna try to get my confidence. I mean, my confidence is not gone. What is gone is not gone, but what has touched is it's just frustrating to give back that much money when there is no reason why, man. So I have to stop, man. Those small trades in and out, it's just bullshit and stupid, and I got emotional and yeah. My max drawdown has to be $1,000. I cannot lose more than $1,000 in a day, man, and I have to be okay with it. I really have to be okay with it. It's part of my job, man. This is a job. It's a business. It's part of my business to be okay with that. And if I don't and if I don't get used to it, I'm gonna keep losing a lot of money, and my P&L is gonna be hindered, and I'm gonna keep having hard times and hard days like yesterday and on Tuesday. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense that I put myself in that position. I cannot freeze. Like sometimes I'm like, oh fuck it, and I freeze, and I cannot get into that state of mind. And I mean now it's better because I just get stopped out. On Tuesday I didn't put the stop loss, but now I adjusted that, and I also have the stop loss for that type of trade. So that's covered, but I cannot freeze and be like fuck it, keep trading and losing money and getting in that state of mind where I'm losing everything just because I have a $500 loss. Like it's just stupid, man. It's just stupid, immature of me, and it goes to show that I still have a long way in trading. And not that I'm aware of that. I mean, I'm not saying here that I'm an expert or anything like that. I mean, I'm a profitable trader, that's for sure. And I'm on a good track to be the trader that I want to be. But that's the number one thing that is holding me back, man. It's the number one thing that's holding me back is these big losing days. And it's not holding me back from. It's holding my P&L back, and my P&L, my quality of life, everything, everything. So I just cannot give into those types of emotions. I have to be mature. I have to take this it's my job, man. It's my job, and I cannot let that happen anymore. I just cannot let that happen. And it happens too often, man. It happens even if it happens like 3 times a month. Man, 3 times a month is enough for it to like really screw your month up, or having a good month to a great month. Or whenever you have a bad month, it can mean a terrible month. Or when you have an okay one, it can be a bad one. So those things, you have to preserve your capital, man. I have to be better at preserving my capital. So especially because my winners are not that gigantic. Like I have to keep my losers smaller, man. It cannot be 1-to-1, man. It cannot be that I lose Even it cannot be that my losing days are bigger than my winning days, my average ones. It just cannot be, man. It cannot be. So yeah, I'm just gonna manage my risk better, and then going back to setups. Well, there were a good few playbook setups yesterday. I mean, and Riot was a good one. It came back from all the way up to L4, and it came back to R3 and found resistance. So these are really good moments and key moments of resistance here. When a stock comes from the L's or the R's and it gets to the L3 R3 region and it cannot really break out of it, that's a good sign of a reversal there. How strong we may not know, but as you can see in TLRY, it was the same thing. I saw this huge rip up and then this consolidation around R3. So that was another trade I could have taken, but I was a little bit taken aback by this huge pop up. But I wasn't thinking about that setup in the moment. So that's another thing that I can really look at. With Riot also, I saw there was a really good a few things that happened here. You saw the support of the daily open. I could have gone long here. Um, that was a really good one. CAN was another good one. Sorry, CAN. I'll get into CAN in a second. But this L4 support was really, really good. So, strong sign of support. CAN, the same. Look at this setup. It came all the way up to R3, man. I mean, these setups are really, really good. Really, really good. I mean, I don't know what other stocks I was looking at. I don't remember which one was the other one. Another great trade setup was VAX. That was similar to JD. And I didn't want to trade it because it didn't have that much volume, but this was another gold mine of a trade, man. Got all the way down to R5. Super similar to JD the day before, which also had another. I should have followed it, man. I should have followed JD, which had also, the setup from above R5 to R5 and R4. So that was another great setup. And look, this is the stuff that I was looking at the other stocks. L4 to L5, opens L4, gets all the way to L5. That was the setup. I wasn't looking at JD at that point. I'm like yesterday, I wasn't looking at it. So yeah, and VAX. The volume was a problem. Look, it got all the way to L4, to R4, and another one here. A little resistance here. It's awesome, man. The setup is awesome. I should have traded this setup. I really should have traded this setup. It is what it is. We cannot go back in time, can we? So yeah, I don't think what I have right now is a skill problem. Obviously, it's a skill in the meaning that I have to learn how to cut my losses earlier and not get so emotional and not trade, not to have to keep my stats in the green, and so on and so forth, because that's what happens to me. It's like once I want to keep the day in the green and then I lose, I'm like, oh shit, it doesn't matter anymore. It's a red day. That's what counts for my stats. It doesn't matter if it's 500 or 2,000. And then with $500, I would be okay. But then with 2,000, I'm just want to kill myself in a way. Don't want to kill myself. Obviously, it's figuratively, it's not literally. So, although I do want to smack my hand against the wall, that's for sure. I mean, I might as well just do that instead of losing that much money. Why not? It's gonna make me feel as bad. Just close it when I'm down $300 and go to the wall and smack my head. I mean, it won't be good for CTE and long term health, but it's pretty much the same thing. So what that goes to show is like I have to put that in my mind. Like, do I want to smack my head against the wall? I obviously don't want to do that. It hurts. So I just have to get out, man. Just get out. Stop trading. Go have a good time. I mean, there's not much. I could go to the gym, whatever, this and that. Yeah, there's not much I can do in the morning, unfortunately. If I wish there was, let's get back to normal. I can get back to jiu-jitsu, and just put my gi, pack up and leave. That's what I would really like to do soon. A couple of months. Vaccines are coming. So, yeah, that's my mindset, man. That's my mindset has to be. And I'm gonna learn from this. I learn every time, but then I forget this one is really gonna stick with me, man. This is really gonna and other times I say it and I don't really feel it. Like I really feel it this time. Like I really feel it in my heart, in my chest. I really feel it that this was really the last time I'm really gonna saying really a lot, but it's really gonna be the last time that I trade like this. I'm gonna have losing days. I'm gonna have big losing days, but I'm gonna be much better at recognizing when when to stop, man, and not getting emotional and not really caring. I'm gonna have big days, and who knows, maybe a day like this happens where I do have this problem. But what I'm gonna switch is my mentality towards it. I'm not going to get in the mindset of, oh, I want to have a really winning day. I want it to be green when I look back in the calendar and it looks good in Trader View, and then it says above 75%. I'm gonna say goodbye to that, and I'm gonna say goodbye to that and just go with it, man. Just go with it, and I mean by go with it is maybe more and more clear. Obviously, I'm just going to accept the losses, man. Accept the losing days. I have to. I know I'm repeating myself, but obviously, I mean, who cares? Nobody's gonna really listen to this. I'm doing this for myself, so I always have that self conscious, like, oh, if anybody's gonna listen to it, like, how boring. What are you talking? What you're talking about? I couldn't care less, honestly. Well, obviously, I could care a little bit, but I couldn't really care less. Um, a little bit of a paradox there, isn't it? Contradiction, very contradictory. So, yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. I mean, I could rumble and rant for, I guess, a few, like half an hour or an hour more, but where would that take me? I guess. But yeah, conclusion is just gonna come on Monday fresh, ready to go. Not gonna swing, for the fences. I'm not gonna put myself in a delicate situation. I'm gonna trade as I've been trading. Just not getting emotional, not caring about the losing days. That's really it, man. That's really it. Being more sensible about my losing days, walking away with $500 loss and being okay with that. And done for the day. Hey, happy good weekend. That's it. I'm still up $11,000. No, now I'm down to 9,000. It makes a difference. It makes a difference, and also psychologically, it's a big hit. It is a tough thing to deal with. Um, and not because of a bad trade, it's because how I managed the day. Like everybody has mistakes, but it's like I was explaining to my friend yesterday. Like in jiu-jitsu, like it's like if you really just the match starts and you give away your leg to be taken down, and then you're just not defending, and you let the guy mount you and pass your guard and choke you out. Like you're just not doing anything. You're just giving it. You're just making it easy for him. So, and you keep doing that time and time again. Every 2 weeks you do that shit and you lose your match. You're doing great. You get to the finals and you just give away the finals like that. That's gonna make you feel pretty bad, isn't it? So, yeah, same shit. But it's part of the job, and part of the job losing, and it's part of the job of accepting one's losses, and yeah, that's my pending assignment. So I'm gonna do more psychological work. I'm gonna do more mindset work. I'm gonna do more self acceptance. I'm gonna be more compassionate with myself or my losses, and not taking too seriously just having a red day. Just not having a red day. I'm not gonna take that too seriously because it's not. What matters is how much money you're making. That's it. And it's a pride and ego thing. Like I want to go back. Hey, look at me. Uh, reports, win loss days. Oh yeah, I'm up 75%. I'm at 74. 74, 75%. Oh yeah, look at me, 75. Who cares if it's 75 or 72% or 73? Who cares? if if this says $100,000 and this, like who cares if it's losing days or winning days? It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't absolutely matter. You're gonna have losing days. In a month, I maybe have six, seven. It doesn't matter as long as my winning days are much bigger. So that's it. That's the conclusion. That's how I'm gonna take it from now on. I feel like I'm elevating myself to that standard, and that's it. Yeah, that's the conclusion for the day. Okay, have a good one.